Hello and welcome to The Thing. I'm sitting here playing the Constellation Edition of Starfield. Well, I could just say Starfield, right? The game itself is the same, with the exception of receiving, when you get the Constellation Edition, you automatically get the, I think it's called Shattered Space, the DLC, the first one that has not come out yet. But the other cool stuff that you get is, well, I'm going to show you. So I bought the Constellation Edition, and it came in the mail about a week ago. I feel like it was maybe on the 1st that I received it through Best Buy. It came on the first day of the early access, albeit it was like, 5 in the evening. But it came, and I've been playing Starfield ever since. And I've also been using the watch, the Constellation watch that came with the whole set. So when it came in the mail, it came in a box that was roughly the same size as this, just a little bit larger, obviously, because this was sitting down inside of it. But it's a really neat box. And it looks like this. And there's kind of cool artwork on all the different sides. Excuse me. I spilled my water. You've got the Chronomark logo there, established 2188. This is actually made by, I think, like a movie prop company, which maybe the name of that company's on here somewhere. But you've also got Life Pack Interlink LPV6 Chronomark. It's got some cool logos on there. And then a star system, a chart of the Alpha Centauri system right there on the side of the box. So it's really cool. And, you open up the box and... yeah, so it comes with the Collector's Steelbook edition of the game, plus the digital game, obviously. And it also comes with a couple of DLCs. So you get the Shattered Space when it comes out, but there's also a skin pack that you get with it, which looks like... Oh, no, I wanted my inventory. Here we go. So the skin pack looks like this. This is the Constellation spacesuit. I'm not wearing it right now, but that's what it looks like, and it's really cool. And you also get, if I go back to inventory and look at my weapons, you got the Constellation space helmet, which matches the same color scheme. And I keep backing out on accident. You also get the, I believe it is attached to the Equinox. Right here, the modified Equinox, because I did modify it on a weapons bench to attach the skin to it. So you get the cool Constellation skin. It's got the multicolored stripes there that matches the branding of the game. And it's just a really fun weapon to use. So that's the skin pack that you get when you buy the Constellation Edition. When we slide this outer sleeve off the box, you get more cool box. It's kind of the same artwork that's on the slip cover, the same Alpha Centauri system. And this has some more information about the Life Pack Interlink. It says atmospheric monitoring with multi-parameter survival indicators. Environmental Sensor Suite provides real-time notifications using global databases. Planetary and gravitational data via onboard magnetometer and accelerometer ICs, and personal monitoring with chronometric integration. So that's where it has all the information there. And I'm sure this is all washed out. I've got my streaming lights on and everything. Open up the box. And it's empty. There's nothing in it. No, I've already got it all pulled out. But it did come nicely packed in this. It's got some styrofoam padding in there, and thankfully, like the outer box, is all in really great shape. I did see some reviews where like the packaging got damaged in shipping, so there's like dents and dings on it. I have a pretty. This is in pretty good shape overall. But inside of that, you get the case for the Chronomark Watch. Property of Constellation contains Chronomark Life Pack Interlink. Okay, so this is the case you get, and it's really, really cool. I guess it was modeled after, like, you know, NASA, cases that they use. And it's got this really cool latching mechanism on the front. So you flip this down and you turn it, and that, unlatches it here so that you can, oh, you know what? Let me put this big. Let me put this big here. Boom, this mode should do it. Oh, that's much better. Much better. So yeah, you unlink it like that, and, you have to make sure it's shut all the way to link it back up, but you twist it and then latch it in place, and that's how you close it. So that's really cool. But you unlatch it and open it up, and what you'll see in mine is the Constellation patch, which I am totally going to put on something. Either a jacket that I already have, or I might get a new jacket that suits the patch. And then I have my rubber strap here. This is the strap that came on the watch when it was shipped to me. And I've actually switched it out for the NATO strap that it also comes with. And I'll show you that in a second. But I found it to be more comfortable than this. This is more of kind of like a stiffer strap. And I'm kind of in between sizes. And it seems like the NATO strap has more kind of like more intricate sizing options. Larger number of holes. That's what I'm trying to say. So anyway, that's the case for the whole deal. I really like it. It's a really cool display piece. And, I've never had another Bethesda collector's edition of anything. I guess there was like a Pip-Boy for one of the Fallout games and a couple other things. But, yeah, so outside of the case, inside the box, comes the this cool metal case. This is like, it's straight up, it's metal. And this is the game. And there's a cool quote on the back. This is the one that was used in a lot of the marketing. It says, "The wonder is not that the field of stars is so vast, but that man has measured it." Anatole, France, the Garden of Epicurus. Epicurus, yeah. So when you open this up, you have the information for the game, warranty information on the back. And this just kind of has information about activating your game and a bunch of other information about the controls. You've got the Xbox controls here, as well as the PC controls on this page. I'm on PC right now. And the actual game itself comes on this really cool... Constellation Edition comes with a Steam game code. Locate the game code on your Starfield credit stick. So this is the credit stick. And this looks like the credits like in-game that you pick up and find. And it's a really, really cool piece. I'm going to show you without showing the code, because it is my unique code for the game. And I don't want you to have it. I think if I just block this part... Yeah, it says G bit notarized by Galbank non-volatile graphite currency. So it seems to me like this is probably like a hard wallet, kind of like a crypto wallet or something. I mean, in the game. This is it's just a way to display your game code in reality. But uniquely encoded. It's really cool. This is a really, really cool piece. And it's solid metal. It's got a good weight to it. So that's another cool piece to have. And that lives inside of the metal case here that it came with. And then the watch. This is kind of the moment you've been waiting for, right? So I'm going to unplug it. It comes with a wireless charger that looks like this, and it plugs in via USB to micro USB on this end. Why they didn't go with USB-C, I'm not sure, but it charges the watch. It works, so I don't really care. And this is the watch, and I have it, like I said, on the NATO strap. And you'll see kind of like I've got this space in between the watch and the strap. So when you're charging it, you actually have to kind of like pull the strap away from the back of the watch to fit the charger into it. but then you can just pull it tight when you're ready to wear it. It's not the easiest thing to get hooked up. Like if you use the rubber strap it came with, you can just pop it right onto the charger and you're good to go. This takes a little bit of finagling to do it, but this is the more comfortable strap for me, and so it's an okay trade-off. So the watch looks like this, right? It tells the time. It's kind of smudged. I've been using it, like I've been wearing it all week. Let me rub that off a little bit. So that's the watch. It just went to sleep. I'll wake it up. It looks like this. And it has a couple different displays. So that tells you the time, and it tracks your steps. So there's like a person on the left side and a finish line on the right. And there's kind of a bar that goes, around the bottom of the watch. And that white bar kind of fills up as you progress through the day. As you can see, I haven't taken very many steps. I've been gaming all morning. Okay, so that's the kind of like the default display. If you hit this bottom button here, you can cycle through different displays. Okay, so that kind of gets rid of the steps. It kind of like cleans up the display a little bit. Do it again, and it takes away some of the other. What was that it just got rid of? It gets rid of. Okay, so there's a notification. It's a couple of notification icons. Okay, so those go away. And you push it one more time, and you just have an empty screen. Except for you've got the 12, the 3, the 6, and the 9, and then there's 3 different kind of like hands or indicators on here. You've got the red one that goes around rather quickly. That's telling you the seconds. And then you've got what time is it now? Is that right? 12:58. So you've got the white hand, the large one that is the hour, and then the small blue one is the minutes. So it's almost 1 o'clock where I'm at, and I actually have it set to military time. And then the last display is this. It's got the Constellation logo there in the middle, as well as the time. That's a really nice, but I kind of rock it in this mode. So I've got the analog time, but also the digital time. And this is about to roll over to 13 o'clock because I'm in, or 1300 I should say, because I'm in military time. So that's kind of like the main displays that you get. Now, the 2 buttons on the side here are how you cycle through like the different functions of the watch. So first you get settings. And if you hit it again, you get notifications. And then you've got phases of the moon. So if you hit this button now, nope, that's not right. Let me go back to it. Yeah, so if you hit the Statum button, once you have the moon phases selected, it shows you the distance to the moon. It's got a cool little graphic on there. So that's kind of cool. And, oh, I didn't realize this. If you hit this button right here, or presumably this one as well, it kind of spins the moon around. That's kind of neat. So we can back out then. And then, let's see, the other functions on it are weather. Now, the weather is actually not hooked up yet. So if I hit this, it says no weather data, enable weather in the app. That is not a function that is a thing yet. So there's still functions on this watch that are just not quite wired up. And I also understand that there's going to be something that allows you to like interact with the game with the watch, or perhaps the game interacts with the watch. I'm not sure which direction it goes, but that's again functionality that's not in place yet. You've also got music control, so you can control your music players. Next song, previous song, play, pause, all that stuff. And then the final one is actually there's 2 more. So you've got your sensor graphs. If I select that one, you've got pressure, acceleration, mag, I forget what that one stands for, and then temperature. And those are some really cool graphics that you've got there. And if I hit the Statum button again, or wait, which button is it? Hold on, let me go back to it. Sensor graphs. There, so you hit this top button here, and it'll kind of go in between the individual. So there's temperature. There's the, magnetometer. Yeah, am I saying that right? And you've got the accelerometer and barometer. And I'm not sure, because, you know, the weather app and all that stuff is not hooked up. I'm not sure where it's getting this data from. Is this like live data just like from the watch? I don't even know. I haven't really played around with those features. But, so let me back out of there. And the final function, and this is actually one that I've used a lot, is the torch. So you do that and it lights up really bright. And I've already used this a number of times to try to like find something in my closet in the middle of the night, or, you know, navigate from one part of the house to the other with all the lights off. It's not terribly bright, but it's just bright enough that it'll help you find something in the dark if you need to. So it's really cool. I've been wearing it all week. Because I like to tinker with it a lot, I feel like I get about 2 days of battery life on this before I need to charge it again. But left alone, I'm sure you would get a lot more life on it. The only gripe that I have about this watch, and it might not have anything to do with the watch itself, it might just have to do with either the app settings or maybe just my phone settings. But it's really aggressive with the notifications, because it just kind of sends everything to your phone. Your emails, your texts, any apps that send you notifications saying, hey, do this or do that, or this just happened, all of it goes through to the phone. And I haven't found an easy way to go through and just kind of be more selective. Like, I only want text messages, calendar notifications, and like, that's it. I just want to know when I have a text, when I have an email, and when I have a calendar notification. And so far, I haven't found a way to kind of like calibrate it that way. So I've just left the notifications off because I was tired of my watch vibrating every 5 seconds. I'm really terrible with notifications on my phone as a dumpster fire. So that's probably the first place for me to start, is to clean up that situation. But I would like with the Fitbit that I have, the app allows you to kind of go in and be more selective about which notifications are being sent over to the watch and which aren't. So seeing that kind of functionality built into the app would be ideal. I'll show you what the app looks like. So when you start it up, it says, welcome to Constellation. And it says, made for explorers, the Starfield Chronomark Watch is the perfect addition to any Spacefarer's collection. Okay. And you hit continue. Gotta wipe this one down too. And then it says it has you acknowledge, you know, by tapping accept, you acknowledge that ZeniMax will process my personal information as described in the privacy policy. ZeniMax, I guess, is the company that made the watch, I suppose, or the app. It checks the watch status every time you start up. So it'll check if you have any updates. Currently, I'm up to date. Paired with the Chronomark C48E, firmware is 2 version 18.2174, up to date. You can unpair the watch. I'm not going to do that. So that's the status. If you go over to features, it gives you the option right now to show notifications or control music, and it also lets you calibrate your daily step count target. Okay, so that's what that screen looks like. Go to settings, and you've got all kinds of different settings here. Vibrate on notification, you can turn on or off. Clock type, I have it switched to 24-hour clock, but you can do 12. Date format, you can do month, day, day, month, month, day, kind of in parentheses, day, month in parentheses, and then you've got like the full date, 2023-09-08. Those are the date format options. You can adjust screen brightness, screen timeout, timeout when charging. I have it set to never, I guess, because what you can do is when you, well, I'll show you in a second, but when you attach it to the charger and then kind of put it on its side, it kind of works like a little clock. And I'll show you what that looks like. Wake on tap, wake on rise. So those are the two different options you have for like waking up the watch. You can manually set the time. Otherwise, I think it just syncs up with whatever the time your phone is set to. About watch and app. This tells you all the information. I won't show you this because it's got like my phone name and all that stuff on there. But it shows you your device name and the model and the OS that you're running, app version, and it's got just a whole bunch of other information. It allows you to factory reset the watch, help and support privacy policy third-party notices. Okay. And then finally, you've got the manual. So it actually does come with, you know, a small kind of like, you know, getting started. It's actually just 2 pages. It shows a picture of your phone scanning a code. And that code basically just takes you to the app in the App Store, so you can download it on your phone. I'm running Android, but it's also available for iOS. But otherwise, yeah, you've got the manual here, and it's got all the instructions on what you can do, troubleshooting, how to care for your watch, the installation of the NATO strap. I actually had to use that because it's not necessarily self-explanatory if you've never done that sort of thing. It shows you how to charge it with the NATO strap installed. So this is what I was talking about. You kind of have to pull the fabric away from the watch and then jam the charger in there, which is fine. It just takes a little bit more finagling than if you're just using the rubber strap. Then it's got safety and regulatory information. Last thing I'll show you then. So yeah, you plug in the charger. It comes with this has to be a 12-inch, maybe a 14-inch cable. And then it comes with the charging base. So if I take the watch off, and I can kind of just like, you know, loop it back around just so it looks a little bit nicer. And then if I pull this, you have to pull away both. Here. You have to pull away both layers of the fabric. So there's a strap there, and then there's a second strap that's tighter up against the watch. And you got to pull it away. It's not necessarily easy without mashing a whole bunch of buttons on the watch at the same time. Okay. So there's that, and then you got to find which side the contacts are on. So it's going to be up here. You probably can't see, but there's 2 little gold contacts up toward the top. There's no way you can see that. And so you just got to make sure that the charger, which also has 2 little gold contacts, matches up with those. So I'm going to jam that in there, and you'll actually feel it click into place because it's magnetic, which is really nice. And so the watch is usually in this orientation, but if you lay it on its side, like this, after a moment... Oh, maybe it has to be the other way. After a moment... Wait, I'm glaring. It'll go to sleep, because it's not charging. Hold on a second. Hold on. Do I have an open USB here? No, I do not. Well, here, I'll do it over here. Trust me, it does work, though. So I have mine set to always be on wake when it's plugged in charging. So I'll plug it in, put it on its side, and then it should reorient itself. Yep. Just like that. Maybe I can quickly... No, why did it do that? There you go. Hopefully you can see that. Let me unplug it. Yeah, it's not going to let me, because every time I move it around, it goes back to the regular. But yeah, there it is. I'll try to like zoom in on post, in post, so that you can see that. But that's it. That's the Constellation Edition set. It's really cool. It does come with, like I said, the skin pack, which I already showed you. It comes with access to the Shattered Space DLC when it comes out. It has not yet. And it also comes with the digital soundtrack, which is not available on streaming yet. I looked on YouTube Music, at least, and it's not there. It's like 79 tracks of all the game music. And it's, yeah, so it's a digital download of that that's playable on PC. It's playable on Steam. And I did download, you know, a local copy to my computer, so I would just have it. But yeah, it comes with all that stuff. It's a really cool set. this is my first collector's edition of a game ever, let alone a Bethesda game. And I'm really, really pleased with it. I really have no complaints. I'm really looking forward to see what updates they come out with for the app and the watch. For instance, the functionality for the weather, when that comes out, as well as I'd like to see some more the ability to calibrate kind of like which notifications are coming in and which ones aren't. Admitting that my own personal notification system is a dumpster fire. Like, I could do quite a bit from my phone's end to make it more manageable, but it also occurs to me I could just turn the vibrating off on the watch and then I wouldn't feel it. But then that kind of defeats the purpose of getting the notifications in the first place. But yeah, that's it. If you like this kind of content, I don't do reviews or unboxing kind of things very often, but I do sometimes. So if you like to see that kind of stuff, do subscribe and like this video and all that stuff. It really does help. I used to be much more active on this channel. I went a long time without being active. I'm trying to get back into it. Right now, I am streaming Starfield gameplay. That's why I'm in the game right now. And so if you like to see that sort of thing, yeah, what is it that we're doing these days? We're liking the video, we're subscribing, we're hitting the notification bell, and perhaps we're even interacting with the video. Maybe you could tell me, did you get the Constellation pack, the Constellation edition of the game? Did you get the Xbox editions that come with the Xbox controller or perhaps the headset? And what do you think about it? What do you like? What don't you like? And how do you feel about the game overall? I'd like to know. I'm really pleased with it. As I understand it, the game's getting kind of review bombed on some of the websites, which I don't quite understand. I've really enjoyed it. And so yeah, I'd like to know your thoughts. What do you think about the game or any of the special edition versions of the game that you purchased? Let me know in the comments below. And in the meantime, thank you very much for watching. And if you're watching me live, let's get back to the gameplay.